Hi friends, welcome back to another video. Just to preface, I am recovering from what has been the worst flu of my life. This has been worse than COVID. It has been worse than any sickness I've had in terms of the symptoms, the length that it's lasted, and I am just getting out of what feels like 6 days of hell. I'm not even joking. My nose just cleared up today. I sound more normal today than I have in the last week. My throat is still very inflamed and scratchy and raw. So today has to be quick. I cannot talk for more than like half an hour or I'm not gonna be okay. But it's an exciting one today. So welcome back to the Wednesday repot. I really wasn't sure if I was gonna be here today, but I've made it and I'm gonna make it happen. A few things I'm featuring in today's video. So she has not asked me to do this on my YouTube channel, but it's something that I wanted to do on my own. So it is plant related, okay? Mara, I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, Mara, but she reached out to me on Instagram and she was just, she was telling me like, oh, like I love your content, and like she told me about herself, and she was telling me that she wrote a book. She wrote a children's book. I say children's book very lightly because this is it's so sweet. It's one of the sweetest books I've ever read, and yeah, she wrote a little children's book about plants. And I thought initially when she said she wanted to send me an early copy, I thought it was gonna be like an educational thing about plants. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool, like fun way to teach kids about plants. But I did not know the storyline was going to be so precious, and I am just in love. I'm in love with this character. In a nutshell, it's basically about this pothos that comes home, like comes to a new home, meets all of the other plants, and he sees that all of these other plants have cool things they can do. This pothos is just trying to figure out like, what's my special thing? What can I do? And it's really sweet. And so I'm just so excited to have a copy for Archie. I can't wait until he's old enough to appreciate a book like this. I would say it's definitely for like kids, maybe like 5 and up. In terms of like being able to really understand the concept of the book or like the message behind the book, but it is so cute, and I just think that this would make a fun gift for like a coffee table book for a friend. So if you guys want to grab a copy, I'm gonna link it down below. You can get it through a specific website and you can pre-order it through Amazon as well. I don't know if by the time this video goes up though, if it will already be out, but I will put the most recent link that I have. I recommend it so much. I have this displayed in my house, and I think about this story often, and it's just really cute. So Mara did an amazing job. Congratulations, and thank you so much for sending me a copy. But today, you guys, this video is long overdue. It's something that I've been wanting to do, but also been dreading doing for like, I don't know, a year plus now. And that is repotting my Hoya obovata. I'll give you a closer look at it in just a bit, but this is it now. It is struggling. It is like barely hanging on to this pole, like not the pole, well, there is a pole, this pole and trellis, and it's just time to get it out of here, and I'm gonna show you what the roots look like. But before we get into the repot and before I start doing all the things, I want to show you guys this fungus gnat. That was a long shot. I want to show you the new soil that I'm going to hopefully be converting all of my plants to, and that is Jocelyn Soil Booster potting soil. I found this through a Google search. I was just searching peat-free, coco-free, indoor potting soil alternatives, and this was one of the top choices, or like the top searches. And it's Canadian made, which is amazing. And I saw that they were on Amazon, so I grabbed a bag. It is ideal for container growing. It's organic and all natural, and it feeds your plants all season long. And the ingredients in it is vermicomposted wood chips, cured compost, worm manure, perlite, vermiculite, vermiculite and natural mineral additives. It says it's easy to use, safe for people, pets, plants, and the planet. Most potting soils need chemical fertilizers which harm your plant family and planet. This living soil is a healthy, peat-free alternative, great for seed starting, potting up, and all types of indoor houseplants and outdoor fruit, veggie, and flowers. The plants grow big, beautiful, and strong thanks to natural soil microbiology that feeds and fuels growth all season long. This comes in 3 bag sizes. So there's like a small bag, this is the medium bag, and then there's the large bag. I think I paid $30. I think it was $30 for this bag. And initially I was thinking like, yeah, it's pretty pricey in comparison to me being able to buy this massive bag of, you know, peat-based soil for the same price, if not less. But she says that this is created to only needing to use a little bit for your indoor houseplants because it's organic and it's made of all organic materials and it's very nutrient rich. And I do plan on using this with a lot of amendments. So my soil is gonna be a lot chunkier and coarser than I would like, but I do think me trying to make a denser mix lately has contributed to the fungus gnats, and I'm just ready to not be in that world anymore. So yeah, I'm super excited to use this. You do have to soak it beforehand. It says to soak 5 liters of soil with 2 liters of water for 1 hour. So I'm gonna do that before we get into the repot. But the reason that I wanted to switch and go peat-free is, I don't know what the word that I'm thinking of is, but basically having my son, having Archie has like put so many things in my life in perspective for me. And I think global warming and climate change and just our earth going to crap, it just makes me sad for the future of our kids and all of the people that will come after us. Like, what are we leaving them? And I think I forgot my husband was coming home. Hi, I'm filming, sorry. I forgot you're coming home for lunch. I think that me justifying the use of peat by saying, oh, I'm only gonna use 1 bag a year, that's how I'm gonna contribute to, you know, the peat farming process and like the environmental impacts of peat farming. But if we all had that mentality of just like, oh, but it's just such a small, like I'm only using it a little bit, like that's not being helpful. And I've done so much research in the last few weeks about peat, and they say Canadian grown and harvested peat is not harmful for the environment, but I have doubts. I have doubts about that, like in terms of reporting and like how they're collecting this data. Like, I don't know. Is it done by the companies that are selling this soil? Is it done by the government? I don't know. I haven't gone that far into it. All I know is that us using peat in a hobby like this, when it's all compacted and you think of all of us doing this at the same time, it is harmful for the environment. And no matter how many bags, how little or as many bags as you're using a year, you're still contributing to the problem. And I'm not here to guilt trip anyone and make you feel whatever about it. Not everybody can afford organic soil, and I do understand that. But for me personally, especially showcasing this hobby on a platform, I just want to do my part and try and go peat-free. So this is going to be my alternative. I'm going to try and get everything into Jocelyn's. I don't have doubts that it's gonna go well. I've had people say that they've been using Jocelyn's for their aeroids and it's done really great, and they haven't had to fertilize as often, and they're still noticing like robust growth. So I'm feeling hopeful, and it is gonna be a task to get everything into Jocelyn's, but I'm not in a rush. We're gonna do it slowly. I think that along with doing Jocelyn's, I am going to be utilizing things like pon a lot more. Pon, leca, and basically renewable substrates that I can keep reusing over and over and over again. So yeah, you guys, that is my little spiel. That's my little spiel on Jocelyn's. I will link the soil down below. I have not done research on if she ships her products outside of Canada, but if you're inside Canada, it's great for you. But anyway, I'm gonna quickly show you what my Hoya obovata looks like before I get set up here. I'm gonna rehydrate the soil and then we will get things going. But this is her, a big beauty. I really wasn't sure if I wanted to do a full repot or just do a re-trellis, but I think that it could use, like a bigger vessel because it's getting pretty root bound in here. It is so happy and healthy though. I've been inoculating this thing every single week, very lightly, and there's been so much new like root growth and it just looks incredible. So it seems very happy in here, but I do think it's time to get it into something larger. And I plan to, oh, let me show you first the situation. So it's on a trellis, an acrylic trellis. I have like 2 or 3 sticks, I think 2 sticks, bamboo sticks that are holding the trellis up. Otherwise it'll fall forward. Speaking of trellis, I found the perfect trellis at a garden center near me. It was a little bit more than what I wanted to spend, but this is exactly what I had in mind. I wanted something that wasn't like that bamboo look, like wooden look. I wanted something very discreet, very sleek looking, and this is perfect in terms of the size, the color, the shape. I think being able to like trellis it around this whole thing is going to be like fantastic. So I'm really excited to have found this. This was actually, it was $20. It wasn't that much, but it was just more than I guess I wanted to spend. And then for the pot, I'm going to be putting it into this fungus gnat. In terms of the pot, I'm gonna be putting it into this Target trash bin. I'm gonna do no drainage still because this plant has loved being in no drainage. I do think I'm gonna be adding some leca down at the bottom so I can keep a reserve of water, but also this plant does not mind drying out, so I'm not really concerned about that, but it's more so that I don't have to use as much soil because I do wanna be able to stretch the soil as much as I can. So I'm gonna go rehydrate some soil and then we will get straight into the repot. Okay, it's been an hour. Actually, it's been a little bit less than an hour, but it looks nice and hydrated now. Super, not heavy, but like it was light as a feather before, and now it feels like soil. I'm gonna make a small batch of soil for this obovata. And like I said earlier, a little bit goes a long way with this. You don't use it exactly the way that you would use peat. So yeah, you should be able to stretch this amount for way more plants than it looks like. Something that I've been doing with some of my larger plants that I haven't really shown on camera is I've been mixing, if there's not pests, if there's not like root rot and the soil looks pretty healthy, I've been doing like I would say like 80-20 mix of new soil with the current soil that it's in. I just feel like when you mix in the old soil, it just makes the transition so much easier. I don't know if it's because it's like a familiar ecosystem or what, but that's what I'm gonna be doing with this obovata. I'm gonna be probably doing something closer to like a 70-30 mix, just because I wanna stretch my jocelyn's a little bit further. I'm gonna start with perlite. And then I'm gonna throw in some fir bark. There's already worm castings in this, but I'm gonna do even more. I would do more if this was a peat-based mix, but that should be good. And then I'm gonna throw in some horticultural charcoal. And since it's for a Hoya, I am not going to be doing tree fern. I really only use tree fern for anthurium. And I'm going to give this a good mix. And then we're going to add some jocelyn's. I think I'm going to add about this much. This is beautiful. Love it. Gorge. It's going to be a pain re-trellising this thing, but we gotta do it. Okay, I'm stalling, but it's gonna be all right. There's like so much tape and other things on here. Oh, there goes my nail polish. My mom's actually giving me her old camera. Well, it's not old. It's a DSLR. It's just a Rebel, which is actually one that I was looking into so that I have a secondary filming camera, which is so exciting because I want to start filming from behind. Not like that. Like filming from the side, like getting like much closer shots without having to change the angle of this or anything, and I can keep switching back and forth. Oh my god, this thing is gonna fall forward. I feel like it's looked so nice the way it's been trellised, so I've really been hesitant to take it down. But now I wonder how long these stems are. I'm probably gonna have some breakage. There's gonna be sap everywhere, but I'm gonna try and be careful. I just don't know. I don't know which way everything is growing. It's all one giant mess. We've got first casualty right here. Whew, it's heavy. This is what it looks like trailing. It's not pretty. It's not a good sight, so. Oh my gosh, you guys, my mic. Okay, I'm not sure if I had to cut out a lot of footage yet, but my mic was inside my shirt, so it was probably not usable. Anyway, if I did cut out stuff, I do have it untrellised now, but dang, I forgot I watered this not too long ago. I'm gonna just try and pull out the whole thing. Ah! Oh my gosh. Things aren't going well already. I'm glad I'm able to show you this now up close. I've wanted to show this for a long time. Like when you see algae on the outside, like it's literally just on the outer, like where the sunlight is hitting it, but on the inside, it's not like it's completely taken over. Like it's always just on this outer layer. Sorry, my iPhone's having a hard time focusing, but I actually don't think I'm gonna be untangling this root ball a whole lot. I think I'll just loosen the bottom and then I'll just kind of plop it in, and I think it'll have a better time transitioning that way if all of that soil is still intact, like in the majority of the root ball, but then where the new roots are gonna grow into, it'll be into the new soil. I'm just gonna squeeze the root ball. Sorry, you guys can't see a thing. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna try and turn. I'm gonna turn. Okay, I feel like you can kind of see from this angle better than from the front. But yeah, I'm gonna just massage out a little bit of it, but I'm gonna keep most of, well, or at least half the soil on here, and then I'll just plop it into the new vessel. The leaves are so heavy. All right, so new vessel, I am covered in dirt. I'm putting about this much of leca down here. I actually think I'm gonna add some more fir bark. It's still a little bit denser than I would like for this obovata specifically. And I think I'm even gonna add some pumice. here is the mix. It's looking really good. I'm just gonna get some of this in here. Sorry, I will give you a better angle in a bit. I am all like discombobulated over here. This is probably gonna be one of the more difficult repots that I'm gonna do in the next, oh. I don't wanna crack any of the leaves. It's so heavy. Okay, I just felt something crack. Who was it? I think this will fit in my Lazy Susan. Yeah, I got this Lazy Susan not too long ago. Got obovata in. I could hear things snapping left and right. I can feel sap on my hands. There she is. Oh, I found another one. I think that's a good spot because I'm gonna put the trellis. I need some space in the back for the trellis. So I'm gonna get it filled and then I'm gonna just squeeze in the trellis at the very end. I think the hard part is gonna be getting some in the front. If I just push it, let's see. I'm a little bit worried that I'm gonna get itchy because whenever I get Hoya sap on me, I itch a little bit. This is a really long piece over here. Also, I don't know if it was because I was like preparing for this video last night, but I had a dream that it was just like infested with mealybugs. And so when I woke up this morning, gosh, they are snapping like, I feel like they're snapping way easier than they normally do. I hope this plant is okay. What was I gonna say? Yeah, the first thing I did when I woke up this morning is just went straight to this plant to check for mealies. I'm happy to report I did not find a single mealybug, but clearly my anxieties have manifested through my dreams. I think I made the perfect amount of soil. I think I'm gonna have just enough to get this one filled. And you know what? I probably used way more jocelyn's than I even needed. I bet you I could have gotten away with doing like half of what I used, but that is okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna just leave this for now. I'm gonna get the trellis in and then I'll fill more once all of these leaves are out of my way. I hope this trellis stays up and doesn't just kind of fall. So I'm gonna go like this. It doesn't fit all the way inside, that's what she said, but I can get it in, I can get most of it in. That's what she said, again. Like that. I'm gonna just force it, but I also don't wanna warp this plastic too much because I feel like over time it's probably gonna crack. I'm gonna use 2 rocks to stabilize the back of it right here. And then I'll fill it with more soil once I get everything, once I get everything trellised. So that feels pretty sturdy. Okay, I'm gonna face this way so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing. Got my little thing of clips here. I'm gonna start on this side. I've got these 2. So I'm gonna try and like weave in and out of this trellis and actually use it the way that I should be instead of just going around and around and using as many clips as possible. But I will probably lose more leaves like this and trying to get it through. But I think overall it's gonna be worth the time to do it. I'm having so many mic issues today. I almost feel like it being on a Lazy Susan is not helpful. It's good when I'm actually putting potting soil, but it keeps moving. Okay. They say counterclockwise. That's what all the girlies say. Okay, and then I've got this one, I think this one might be hard to kind of weave in and out, but I guess I could try. Or here, how about I take this off? Oh, okay. If I can only lose like 15 leaves during this process, I would actually be quite impressed with myself. This is what it looks like right now. It's kind of all just right here. But some of these longer ones will like fill it in a lot more. So I'm not gonna try and weave this one too much just because it's already getting a little bit full. I'm gonna go up here and then I'll try and go through this top. I'm sweating profusely. All right, and then I just have this guy that needs to go. Maybe I'll go into the back. I don't actually know where I want to put this one. Oh, wait, where's this? This one's got a second one. I think I'll just get him here. I don't really know what the plan is. I'm not really liking this right now, but hopefully it starts to make sense like once it grows in more, I guess. It's like really bushy up here. It's like all segregated there, but that's kind of just where it all lays naturally, because a lot of the stems are kind of the same. Now all of these leaves are facing backward. Does this look like it's making any sense? Okay. Got this one that I want to fill in this little center area. It's so empty and barren. And then this one's kind of like going this way. I don't know. I just feel like it's not meant to go that way. Like I almost want to trellis it to go this way, but everyone says that it only like grows counterclockwise, or like you're only supposed to trellis it counterclockwise. It's the only way that it'll grow. But I don't know. Is that true? Is that a myth? I don't really like this area right here. It's like all stick. Ugh. Breaking off more leaves is not the solution, Sherm. Okay, kind of a little bit better. Not amazing. I'm just a little bit confused about where this guy is gonna go. Maybe we just go up, and then as it gets longer, I'll just trellis it to go counterclockwise. But for now, this is where it's gonna go so that it looks full. All right, I think, okay, perfect. Snapped another leaf off. I'm almost kind of wanting to remove these lower ones so I can fill it with soil. Is that gonna hurt my plant? I don't know enough about Hoyas. Where's my scissor? I think I'm gonna do that because I want to get soil all here. So maybe I just do these like 3, 2, 3. All right, now I can fill. I'm actually so relieved to be getting this one done. I have been dreading repotting this because I knew I was gonna break a bunch of leaves off, but it's like the plant can afford it, you know? I'm not at a... It's very strange where they're breaking off some of them. It's got me a little bit worried, but let's not overthink it too much. Sorry, I was gonna say, this plant has so many leaves. It doesn't, you can't even tell that so many broke off, but it's still not ideal. So many obovata leaves all over the ground. I'm just gonna use the rest of this to kind of pack this trellis tight and make sure it's snug. But luckily it's wedged in there so tight that it should, like the pot itself, should hold the plant up even as it grows. It's a really heavy duty trellis. It's, what is it? Not steel. What am I thinking of? What are like fences made out of? You know, those like iron? Is it iron? Iron fences. So now that that is in, I'm actually gonna be topping it with pumice. I've been topping some of my arid plants, Hoyas, cacti, euphorbia, succulents. I've been topping it with pumice. And I feel like it's, I don't know, not only made the plant like look better aesthetically, but it's, whatchamacall, it's kind of kept the gnats away. I think because they don't like how dry, like the surface of the pumice, it's just, you know, they want soil, they want wet, they want a wet environment. And so topping it with pumice has kind of deterred them. So especially for my bigger plants, I've been trying to add some pumice. This potting thing, this scoop, it's so narrow that things fall out of it. I mean, it's useful and it's handy, but yeah, it's not the easiest to get things without spilling. Maybe I can use this. This is probably better for this purpose. I'm gonna cut that off. Cut this. I'm literally just plucking leaves at this point. If it's literally in my way, you're gonna be plucked off. Oh my gosh, I did it. And hopefully all goes well with this transition. I don't really see it not going well, but I think that I'm actually gonna be putting this in a windowsill for a few weeks, just because I've found that plants do so much better in like the transition when it has access to the most light, of course without getting like burnt. I'm gonna hopefully keep this in here for 3 years. 3 years would be my happy number. 4 would be even better. I certainly have way more trellis space now to work with. Whoa, way more trellis space to work with. Holy guacamole, it looks so much better. Let me actually like grab it and show you. There's so much on the ground, oh my gosh. There's leaves everywhere, there's pumice, there's soil, holy smokes. Okay, yeah, she is done, and I think it looks great. For having been re-trellised, I thought that it was gonna look crazier than this, but it actually doesn't look too bad. Kind of looks like it's been living on here for a while. It doesn't look like a brand new re-trellis. And hopefully it is okay in this pot for a while longer. The root system was quite large, but Hoyas have, well, this Hoya specifically has very hairline roots. And so it should, in theory, be able to live in there, and I'll probably let it get super root bound before I even touch it again. But that is it, you guys. That is the repot for the week. I guess this is the beginning of my peat-free journey. Thank you, Jocelyn, for helping me kind of get started and making it a little bit less overwhelming. My voice is going, so I'm gonna have to go too. Don't forget to grab a bag of Jocelyn. She also has fertilizer. Check out the website and just learn all about her soil. It's really, really neat, and I've been super excited and anxious to get this bag open. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, follow them on Instagram. I will link her below. Give this video a thumbs up if you, did I say follow me on Instagram? Why did I say that? You don't have to follow me on Instagram. You really don't have to do that. Follow Jocelyn on Instagram. I will link her down below. If you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.